Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now in this video, I will be reviewing Marvel Legends Dark Avenger Warbird, but I prefer calling her Moonstone because this is basically Moonstone taking the place of Miss Marvel in the Dark Avengers team that was assembled, if I'm not mistaken, by Norman Osborn. Correct me if I'm right on that one because honestly, I haven't really read this storyline, the Dark Avenger line, because that was actually the time wherein I decided to cut up on my comic purchases and just decided to focus on Batman because, well, Batman is actually my favorite character. Anyway, going back to this character, so I am glad that Hasbro went back to the packaging with an open window in the front because at least now we know that the product that we're purchasing is actually the product that is inside because that those windowless boxes really cause a lot of trouble also in my area because there were a lot of issues of purchasing them and then ending up containing something different. Anyway, guys, going back to the review, let's check if Marvel Legends did justice to this character in action figure form. Super accessories, she comes with these two alternate close fists, which is in addition to the two open palm hands that is already connected with her out of the box. So two sets of alternate hands in total. Two generic energy blasts. I guess we are all very familiar with this already because Hasbro has been giving us this for a while. I just wish that they give us some new power effects. She comes with an alternate head, which I guess is her powered up form because the eyes are completely blank and colored yellow. This is actually the kind of head sculpt that I wish they also gave us to that Warbird, which I'd rather call Miss Marble because for me that's Miss Marble. I really wanted to that they gave her an alternate head that is blank but white. Anyway, if you will look at it, I think these are the same head sculpt. The only difference is well, the skin tone is different on this one. I was actually kind of thinking if I can swap this to the Miss Marble because they basically look the same and I'm thinking they have the same neck peg. Let's try that. Yeah, but problem is skin tone on Moonstone is a little different because I think Miss Marble is a little is more on the lighter side, but when it comes to Moonstone, they use a more pinkish skin tone. But if that doesn't bother you, I don't think the difference is that very noticeable. But again, the eyes are yellow instead of white. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to check if that option is possible. First impression out of the box. Now, as I said, I haven't read the Dark Avengers comics, so I'm not sure if this is accurate. But I've s- uh, I've seen Moonstone more on Miss Marvel's solo comics, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Moonstone also have this long boots in that comics. So I was just wondering why they did not give her or they did not just reuse the same leg. But I guess maybe the reason for that is that uh, they may not be compatible here because they did not actually use the same body mold. If you would notice, I think Moonstone's body mold, especially here on the torso, has a better sculpted abs as compared to Miss Marvel. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm I guess maybe this is more like the deluxe Phoenix body mold. I think this is a reuse of the Phoenix body mold instead of a reuse of this one. Which, because if you would put them side by side, they don't really look the same. The torso doesn't look the same. Maybe the hands are a reuse, but as far as I can see, aside from the hands and the head sculpt, the torso and the legs are completely different. I'm thinking, and my theory is this is the Jean Grey Phoenix mold that they reuse. Taking a closer look at the figure, they also reuse the same head sculpt, alternate head sculpt for Miss Marvel, which I don't have any problem with because this is actually a pretty good head sculpt. And since, as I said, Moonstone in this look is basically imitating Miss Marvel as part of the Dark Avenger, so I guess it only makes sense that they kind of look alike. So far, I don't see any problem on the paint and the mold of the head sculpt. So that's pretty good molded detail. But again, my issue on this head sculpt because well, it's because of the design of the character. As far as articulation, there isn't really that much to go to. Add to that she had this scarf on her neck instead of a sash on the hip like Miss Marble has. Because in the case of Miss Marble, because she doesn't have that scarf, somehow there's still articulation on the neck. So because of this scarf, which is, as I said, is a design of the character, yeah, that's more limited. There's basically no articulation for the head except for that. The Moonstone logo and the color separation of the black and the red. is not, I don't see any sculpted uh, detail as far as the color separation is concerned. It's basically just all done by a paint. And as far as I can see, I don't see any problem or paint overlay on this figure, so it is actually done very sharply. So paint job is pretty sharp. As for the shoulder and the hand, she can do the T pose, and then she has that uh, range there, which give her a butterfly articulation. So yeah, she actually has range, moving moving her shoulder backward and then moving forward. There's a little there. I guess you can trick it by doing this. So yes, she can put her hands forward like that. So I guess that's a pretty good range. And then she has bicep cut, double jointed elbow, which is also pinless, and yeah, that actually looks good. Then double pinned hands, which can do that and can rotate. She has a bicep cut, so it gives her articulation like that to do that. Kinda, yeah. It also can. It also has a range moving backward like that. Moving forward, not so much, but because of this ab crunch, she can do that. It's not the worst I've seen, I guess. Yeah, I guess it. Yeah, I guess mold wise, it's not the worst that I've seen for Hasbro. Now for the leg, no drop down. It doesn't have a drop down articulation, so there's a cut there, which can kick that far. Can it kick backward? Can kick backward that much. Double jointed knee, which again pinless, so it looks pretty clean. Typical ankle pivot. You can also move it backward like that, like that. Okay. So can she do the Van Damme? She can do the Van Damme that much. Doesn't look good here though. So yeah. Aside from the limited range of the head, I think articulation wise, she's pretty good. Well, this complete my set of these two rivals, Miss Marvel versus Moonstone, which is one of those iconic battle that I actually remember when I'm still reading comics. Well, iconic at least for me because I actually like Carol Danvers as Miss Marvel because on her solo comics, The personality of Carol Danvers, what was somehow in a way still is still also taken the stage. They didn't just focus on her as being Miss Marvel, but they also showed a part of herself in her civilian life, which I believe is something that was lost when she became Captain Marvel. I mean, aside from the obvious, the costume looks better than when she became Captain Marvel. I really think that Carol Danvers disappeared when the character of Carol Danvers that I love disappeared when she became Captain Marvel. Anyway, I wish Hasbro will complete the Dark Avengers theme, but knowing them, this will again be a slow build. Anyway, guys, if you like my video, please don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, guys, enjoy life and keep collecting.